Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Dungeons & Dragons training and how training is addressed within the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse film, okay? And lessons that we can take for our Dungeons & Dragons that come straight out of that film, all right? The film is absolutely excellent. There's no spoilers for the film in this content. I highly recommend any skilled veteran dungeon master going to see this film, specifically for the lessons to be learned in swift storytelling in this film. All right, so one of the things that we've seen, and this is absolutely shown in Into the Spiderverse, is Miles Morales meets Peter Parker, and he says, hey, I need to learn how to swing and how to use my webbing, right? And Peter Parker is like, nope, I'm not going to teach it to you. And he specifically waits till the two of them are in life-threatening danger, and then teaches Miles Morales how to use his webbing and his and how to swing, right? And he says, there's no better way to learn, no better way to learn than when your life is under threat, right? And this was done in the movie to tell the movie faster, so you didn't have movies today are telling stories so fast that not even a 3-minute training montage can be endured or tolerated, right? We have to get used to, if D&D is going to be relevant, we must get better at telling stories faster, right? So with all that said, basically in the film it shows that Spider-Man, like Miles Morales Spider-Man, learns from Peter Parker how to swing and how to use his webbing, specifically only under threat of his life, that he has to learn it in the moment, which I think is, from a realism perspective, it's absolutely ridiculous. We actually really need to spend time to learn skills, and that training is boring and it's slow, right? So we want to remove these from our stories because modern storytelling just does not allow time for them, okay? We also saw this in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Rey is the first Jedi to ever become a powerful, super powerful Jedi with absolutely no training, except for the minimal amount of training, like literally 2 days of training that she got from Luke Skywalker, which he didn't want to give her. But the reality is and actually we saw that she had major force powers. Rey had major force powers that would have equaled anything that Luke knew after he had trained for weeks with Yoda, and she had gotten this simply by the Force giving it to her, right? And so what we see is there is an allergy. Modern storyteller is allergic to showing the slow pace of training. And we as Dungeon Masters should take this lesson and say, okay, Hollywood, you got blockbusters, you have, huge people rushing, the whole world is rushing to see your stories. Let's take your lessons and put them into Dungeons & Dragons, right? So how do we get this crazy fast storytelling into Dungeons & Dragons in a way that makes some sense, right? Well, we have magic in Dungeons & Dragons, and hence I present the Janyan Stone. The Janyan Stone, the magic item of my own making, and it is simply a stone that you wear around a chain or a rope around your neck. It has to be bound into like a wire coil, but a Janyan Stone absorbs the abilities and knowledges of the person who wears it. And then whenever a Janyan Stone is touched to another Janyan Stone, it will trade some of the abilities and some of the skills of the person that it had been worn around. So that Janyan Stones become collections of skills and abilities that can span generations, right? So all your adventurers in any of your games would have a Janyan Stone. They would touch their Janyan Stone to an opponent they defeated, and then that would give them, and then that Janyan Stone would absorb powers and abilities, powers and skills, right? But those abilities and powers would only be given to the person who has the other Janyan Stone through sleep. And so Janyan can give an ability or a power or a skill to the person who is wearing the Janyan Stone, and it occurs during sleep. Because it's magical, it is arcane, and it is mystical. You never know what skill you're going to get, what power you're going to get, or what ability you're going to get. Of course, Janyan stones are valuable, but there are so many of them that they're not the most valuable things on the planet, right? So a Janyan stone is a way that you can get skills, powers, and abilities from a villain, from an ally, from even a dead descendant to of the player character or not of the player character to that player character, so that abilities and powers and skills can simply manifest them without any training or time, right? And this matches modern storytelling. So I was absolutely wonderfully inspired by Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. I truly believe it is the very best Spider-Man movie ever made. It's incredibly strong storytelling, very visual, very evocative, very emotional. Can't recommend it highly enough for any modern dungeon or skilled veteran dungeon masters that are out there. And I highly recommend you go see it. And I highly recommend you introduce to your game the Janyan Stone, so that your training can match the super fast training pace seen in modern Hollywood blockbusters. Thank you very much. I'm really curious what you think of this idea. Let me know in the comments. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful day.